And there we are, certainly new setups on both sides. Mother of God, this looks amazing.
Indeed it does. Second match of the first half of Day 4. Got Morsus Mihi versus Perihelion Alliance. You're listening to Veron and Darius Johnson commentating. And for Morsus Mihi on the field, highlighted in red on your screens, we have 3 Dramiels, 3 Daredevils, a Balghorn, 2 Macarials and a Guardian for a total of 99 points.
And Perihelion has fielded 3 Abaddons, a Guardian, a Balghorn, 2 Flycatchers, and a Daredevil, and if I am correct, that Balghorn is a flagship.
It is indeed. This is their flagship named Death to AAA, which is how we will be referring to it for the rest of the match. But yeah, it's interesting to see the Flycatcher used. In fact, I'm going to surmise that those are probably there for EW purposes.
It's not just named Death to AAA. There are exclamation points at the end, so it's actually named Death to AAA!
Oh, so it's a shouty flagship. This just in. Well, hopefully it'll kill some face in this match and we'll have a good match. We've got 10-second countdown on local from CCP Claw. Interestingly enough, Morsus Mihi have come in just off the beacon, in fact about 20 clicks up off the beacon. Their whole group is all squished up nicely together, but we've got Perihelion lines all spread out with the logistics at the back.
That we do, and we're in motion. We have some drones on the field. Looks like ECM drones from the Morsus Mihi side, and Minutemen are using repping drones.
Yeah, we can see there straight away a lot of EW from the Perihelion Alliance team. Their Flycatchers appear to be damping, it looks like. In fact, yes, they definitely are. It's damping Flycatchers all around. We've got, wow, the Guardian for Morsus Mihi already deep in the structure. Looks as if we're going to lose him straight away, the logistics for the Morsus Mihi team.
And they're not even really focusing in one particular area. We also have a Dramiel in half armor, and that Daredevil that's hurt completely out of shields and actually did dip pretty heavily into armor as well. So they're spreading it around for whatever reason. On the Perihelion side, we only have the Guardian out of shields, and it doesn't look to be any immediate danger.
Yeah. Perihelion Alliance there are doing an excellent job keeping that Guardian pilot alive. Fully rep just about, in fact.
Yeah, he dipped a bit, but they're not really having any trouble with him. And if I'm correct, it appears that a Morsus Mihi Dramiel has died. The Guardian repped itself back up, and now they're just kind of shooting, but not at anything in particular.
Interesting to see as well, Morsus Mihi making full use of heavy armor maintenance bots there. Their Guardian pilots surviving only just until they could get the drones on him.
Yes, and as we speak, the Guardian pilot on the Perihelion side is into structure, and he's gone. So we'll see how that impacts current events.
Ouch, first blood goes to Morsus Mihi. We can see there that not really an immense amount of damage being done to the Morsus Mihi team. They've stripped shields away, chewing into armor ever so slightly on that Balghorn, but with a Guardian on the field, I don't think it's really going to worry them too much.
No, and far be it from me to correct another expert, but actually First Blood went to Perihelion. They killed a Dramiel.
Ah, yeah, so they did. My apologies, the pod's off the field, so I didn't actually see that.
That's okay. I understand these things happen. You have a Balghorn on the Morsus Mihi side that's at about 25% armor and dropping. A lot of damage spread around. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that. Perhaps they're trying to figure out who they want to shoot. And on the flat for Perihelion is in half armor. Death to AAA is in half armor.
Indeed it is. Wow, this is definitely an interesting turn of events. We could see another one of the flagships being lost today if this Balghorn goes down, which it looks like it's going to. Incidentally, this Balghorn not actually very exclusively and high-end fitted. The majority of it is Tech 2. However, it was very heavily plated, 4 1600mm rolled tungsten plates. So it's not surprising that it took so long to chew through it.
No, and at the same time, you're going to lose both Death to AAA and a Daredevil for Perihelion, leaving them only with 3 Abaddons and a Flycatcher. Morsus Mihi's Belgorn, which doesn't have a very exciting name, is actually in structure and going down now. But this is my favorite kind of fight, actually, because everybody's just kind of shooting everything and everything's just kind of blowing up.
Yep. Fights when things blow up are definitely the most entertaining. Unlike what we saw yesterday's last match. We can see there, wow, just, it's kind of, the damage is kind of spread out all over the place, in all honesty. There doesn't seem to be a great deal of cohesion in it. You can see there, looks as if Morsus Mihi is starting to get their act together and is starting to put all of their DPS on the Abaddon of Dan Grenson of Perihelion Alliance, rather.
Yeah, it's actually Perihelion that was dancing around a little bit with where they were putting their DPS on the Morsus Mihi team. I'm not quite sure why. There's a Perihelion Abaddon now at 25% armor, dropping fairly fast. If I was a betting man, I would probably put my money on Morsus Mihi at this point.
Yeah, I would do the same, Darius. I think that's definitely going to be the case. 2 Macarials still on the field. Both in relatively good shape with a Guardian to support them, so yeah, I think these guys are going to be fine. I think Morsus Mihi will take this one.
And as we say that, one of the Perihelion Abaddons enters structure and explodes, which something else just exploded too, and I didn't see what it was. Perhaps you can help me, Varun.
That was indeed the last remaining Flycatcher from Perihelion Alliance. 2 Abaddons only on the field now for Perihelion, with 2 Dramiels, 2 Devils, 2 Macarials, and a Guardian left on the field for Morsus Mihi.
And the first Abaddon now enters armor, as you can see there at home, internet viewers. They don't really seem to be that effective in what they're doing to Morsus Mihi. You can see that the one of the Macarials, which is what they primaried, is at 50% armor, but the Guardian's not having any trouble keeping it alive. So I don't think this is going to end well for Perihelion. And that Abaddon now enters about 50% armor, and it's dropping fairly quickly.
Yeah, first time we've seen it actually, the Abaddon being used with a close-range pulse fitting this time around for the Perihelion Alliance, but it just doesn't look as if it's played into their hands. Again, Macarials appear to be 800mm repeating artillery fitted. Interesting stuff. Both close-range setups, both battleship heavy, and it looks as if the Macarials are going to come out on top.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing I always like to say is, why do what everybody else does when you can just kind of make up your own thing?
Indeed, I tend to agree. We've seen, of course, in the past that the switching up your setups and being inventive definitely helps out. We saw what happened to Band of Brothers a few years back with their unbeatable loadout when they got too complacent and they ended up getting kicked out of the tournament by an underdog team. So yeah, it's good to really switch it up and keep running. But wow, 1 Abaddon left on the field now for Perihelion Alliance. It looks as if it's all over for these guys and they'll be going home to lick their wounds pretty soon.
I don't know if they'll be licking their wounds, Varun, but they will certainly have some.
They will have lots of very deep ones.
The Abaddon for Perihelion now at 25% shields. This is not going to last much longer. Nothing else is going to die on the Morsus Mihi side. And when we finally give our final stamp of approval on this particular match, we are going to say that Morsus Mihi has won.
Oh, without a doubt. Half armor for that last remaining Abaddon there for Perihelion Alliance. Guardian looking quite sketchy as well for Morsus Mihi, in fact. But I don't think that Abaddon's going to have the time to take it down before he's lost.
Yeah, I actually got a little angry because I said nothing else was going to die, and then that Guardian looked really bad, and I really don't like being made a liar of, unless it's on purpose, as that Abaddon now will start to bleed over into structure.
Yep, and they have heavy maintenance bots on that Guardian now, Darius, so you're definitely not a liar, my friend. Looks as if he's going to survive the rest of the match.
He's a champion, Mr. Kunta. The Abaddon enters structure and will explode as I speak right now on the internet about spaceships. And it's dead. Morsus Mihi has won the match, and we're going to turn it over to Soundwave in the studio.
Thank you very much, guys. That was Morsus Mihi taking a battle that looked tough for the first few minutes. It could definitely have gone either way, but the scales tipping in Morsus Mihi's favor. The next match we have is Pitch Black Legion versus Electric Monkey Overlords. That's at 15:40 Eve in just about 10 minutes. We'll be right back.